to an end to our understanding mind. And last week we have discussed about how Sangha, or how to be there with the like-minded people. Sangha means the people who are practicing the same kind of principles. How it is important to evolve ourselves. That is what we have learned. And today we will discuss about the last two stanzas of this book. Okay. As I said, this will be the last class, but organizers have requested next class also to be just summarize and give it for question and answers. So I'll be taking, because next week you can come up with all the sessions, all the questions with you, whatever that we have discussed in this book. Also, I can summarize for a bit what we have learned in this from this book. Okay. So let me share my screen first so that I can bring you some slides for you. Okay, it's taking some time. Before that, I can explain. So the next chapter is, next stanza is talking about nothing to attain. There is nothing to attain. We feel that we have to attain something, right? So what here he is saying is there is nothing to attain here. Everything is there within us. Okay. Nothing is born, nothing dies. Nothing to hold on, nothing to release. Samsara is nirvana. There is nothing to attain. So we think that we born, we think we are dying. So when there is we are not born or we are not dying, so there is nothing to hold on. So this is mine, that's not mine, that kind of thing, right? There's nothing to hold on. So when you're not holding on, there's nothing to release. So whatever that samsara is nothing but the nirvana, and there is nothing to attain. That enlightenment, we are thinking that we have to attain enlightenment. We have to go and possess that enlightenment, but enlightenment is there within us. Whatever the afflictions that we have actually come across all these years, all these days, if you can remove those afflictions, if you can just understand those are just the afflictions, they are not you, then you will be attaining that enlightenment. This is what this topic, today's topic is. We are discussing about it. This is an ultimate dimension. What is that ultimate dimension? This is nirvana, the going beyond the birth and death. Going, that is the fruit of our practice, whatever the mindfulness, all those things that are being in Sangha, if we are practicing all the things, right? Influence from the base, all the things whenever we are practicing, what we are attaining is the fruit. That fruit is nirvana, going beyond the birth and death. We say this is an ultimate dimension, and we need to attain that. But here what he is saying is there is nothing to attain. That nirvana is there within us. That enlightenment is there within us. Suppose if we are taking the wave, right? If you are taking wave, you are thinking wave is separate from water. If you touch the wave is nothing but the water. Wave and water is the same. So similarly, here, if you are touching reality, if you are looking deeply, we are touching nothing but nirvana. We are touching nothing but enlightenment. We live in the historical dimension, in the world of extension, existence, non-existence, continuation and cessation, coming, going, and we are not, but we are in nirvana. We are in this world of existence. So this thing is existing today. This thing is not existing today. This is there. This is not there. This is This is a continuation, cessation, coming, going. All these things, birth, death, all these things, we are in that world. But ultimately, what we are living is the nirvana. That's what he's saying. Nirvana is our true nature. Just as wave is always been the water, we are always been in the enlightenment state. We are always been in that nirvana state. We are not separate. So if you are taking that, the three dharma seals, right? What are the dharma seals that we learn here? The dharma seals that we learn are impermanence, non-self, and nirvana. Impermanence, nothing is permanent. Impermanence, nothing is self. I'm not possessing anything. And ultimately it's a nirvana. It's saying that it is the coin, it is the sides of the coins are the both sides of the same coin, and which is with the metal. Suppose if that coin is a metal, that's nirvana, and one side is impermanence, one side is non-self. Whenever you are touching that coin, and if you see this self, it's a non-self, and if you see that also, it's a non-impermanence, but what you are touching is nirvana. Ultimately you are with that nirvana only. They are the keys to open the gate to these 50 verses. Whatever the ultimate dimension, if you want to reach to that ultimate dimension, that's a key. We think that these things are permanent and have a separate self. We are thinking, this is my house, these are my kids. So this is kind of self. We are just thinking that these are all the self and all. But when we have seen, we have to be, that we have about existence and non-existing, one and many, coming and going, birth and death. So these are all the things that we are actually thinking. We, by looking that, so whenever you look that these are all impermanent, the kid which is born to me is the kid, is the person from which is already existing in some other lifetime with some, with as a kid as somebody. Okay, and because in this continuation of the lifetime, he finished his lifetime there. He or she finished the lifetime there and took as a birth. That soul maybe as a girl child to the somebody else, maybe the boy child to us. It is a continuation. It's nothing like so they are separated. So when you understand that these people are all the same, there's a nothing like a self separateness. This is all one, tattvamasi. When you can feel that all that is one, then you will not feel birth and death. Suppose if you think that if a birth means what, are we coming from nothing to birth? Did a person is coming from nothing as a kid? No, that person is already there. That soul is already there. That soul is coming with the baggage of the prarabdha karma or whatever the things. That soul is coming with the intention of born for these parents. That soul chooses these parents as his or her parents. The chooses the sex as a boy or a girl. So this is all happening. Why? Because that soul is existing continuously. It is existing. It's not a new. It's not the soul. The baby did not come from nothing. Similarly, when he dies, we may say that because we don't know all these concepts, we may say the soul come from God and its soul going to the God. That's how you will explain to the kids. So so when somebody died, will say that that soul went to the God. But it is coming from, it is a continuation thing, right? So it is coming and it's going. It is a continuation. It is not the cessation. It's not that newly it came from, newly it came. So whenever we understand all these things, it's nothing but there's no birth, no death. The soul is continuously evolving. So soul is continuously born. So when you understand that, you will not look down any person, any soul, because you have been in that soul. As you know that in the parinama krama, what you did it is you born as your soul took as a part as a speck in the mineral. You understand how to be stable in the mineral kingdom. Then you are like you are the part of the mountain. You understand something. Then you are part of the plant kingdom. Then you understand what is the process in giving. What is the nature or happiness in giving as a plant. You took the soul took as a part of the many plants. Some plants you just pluck from the tree, use it and throw it away. And some plants you just pluck the fruits. Some plants, whatever it's stored in the ground, you took it. So it learned so many qualities, and then it went as an animal, and it learned different qualities from the different animal bodies. And then it came at the end, it comes as a pet animal to the somebody, so that it can live near to the people, and then it comes to the human being. This is all the thing that the soul has done it, right? So when after all this done, the soul took as a person, and from there, even after coming here also, it will take the different positions, different professions, different bodies and different families. It is born, different countries it is born. So when you know that all the souls are actually taking in the process of evolution, it is taking the different lifetimes. You will not look down any person. You will not look down. You will not feel that you are something great. If you have a comfortable life, means you choose that life because you want to attain something else. Suppose I in the last life, let us take, I was all the time I was worried about my food, my basic things, right? Food, shelter, and all those things. Next life, I thought, oh, I wasted this life because all the time I'm working for this. Let me go and let me next lifetime, let me go and have a comfortable life so that I can focus more on my finding out who I am, what is my purpose. This is the purpose. I want to help all the people. So some purpose I came. But after coming here, after seeing all the luxuries that I just possessed with myself, I'm started looking down other people. Oh, those people are not working hard. Those people are not having all those things. If they started looking down all the things, right, what will happen? Because you are again the time. So when you are actually understands, that means I have the different purpose. I need to search for my purpose. I should not waste my time and money or energy. The comfort that I have is I have to fulfill my purpose. When you are able to see that, right, you will not look down any of the things. But when you look that this is all impermanent, that poor, as a poor being you just born, and that is impermanent. After 70 or 80 or 100 years, you left that life and you came as a different class of the people, and this is also impermanent. So when you understand there is nothing you possess, there is no self, and there is nothing is permanent, there's nothing is a permanent, then what you will be living is just nothing but nirvana. The one that it is living is nirvana only. Impermanence and non-self are ideas designed to help us to go beyond the ideas of permanence and self. So once you understand this impermanence and non-self, so you will go. It's nothing is permanent, nothing is belongs to you. But these ideas, what is these ideas? Permanence and self. They are not real. We just fabricated. This is my house. This is my cave. This is my kid. Everything. Oh, that's mine. So this is all the fabrications that we have. It's not the reality. Nirvana transcends notations of the permanence and impermanence. So when you touch the nirvana, it transcends you the notations of the permanence and impermanence. It will just able to distinguish. When we touch the wave, we touch the water. Finally, we touch impermanence. We touch nirvana. There is nothing of us to attain. There is nothing to us to hold on. So there is nothing to release. Everything is already present in your. So there is a nothing. So do not hold on anything. If you get so much fortune, so what is your purpose? Find out and try to help others. The way that you give, whatever the way you give to the others, that is the only thing that will be remain with you. Whatever that you are attaining that satisfaction or that in giving, right? That is only you are getting. If you are possessing it, if you are keeping it, if you are keeping it for kids, that's where a whole world is actually going chaos. Because not only for you, you are keeping for next generation. That is also okay. Next 10 generations, if they are sitting together, sitting and idling also, that much property, we try to do that. That's where the problem, right? It's not a permanent. What will happen? After, when you have all the money that you have, if the next generation, if they are not actually working hard, what they will have? They will become lazy people. Do you want to make those people are fit for nothing? When you work hard, you fulfill whatever your desires and give them education, and then give it to the charity or give it to something that is useful. Find out your life purpose and do something, right? Then you will be able to. Then you need to teach the kids that you need to work for yourself. You need to set your goals, and you need to attain those goals. That way you need to set up. But if you are giving the crores and crores of things, millions and millions of dollars, then they will become lazy or they will go something else. Okay, that's not the case. When we touch the wave, the water, we finally touch the impermanence. So everything is already present. When you understand that, right, everything is already present within you. So when you are able to understand that impermanence, that impermanence will tell you that, oh, that nirvana is within you, enlightenment is within you. When you understand that you are not a separate from others. Suppose if I take a rose flower, as I told you, that rose flower is not a separate. Rose flower is consisting of it's come from the mud, it come from the rainwater, it come from the sunshine, all the things together, it is only the rose flower. So when you see that beauty, if you are able to see all the Panchabhutas in it, then that is not a separate one. When it is when it is dried up and it is fall down, then it went as a garbage. That garbage is also not. It is going all. The water is evaporating, and it is going to that, and the entire the remaining thing is going into the earth. Again, it is becoming, and again it is going into the earth and coming back as a rose. So it is a cycle, isn't it? So when you are able to see that one some cloud, if I take an example, that cloud is a beautifully hanging upside. It's a very beautiful white cloud hanging upside. After some time, it is coming and hitting as a raindrop and coming into the water. Does it mean that the cloud has fallen? No, cloud didn't fall. Cloud is there, and cloud took another form of a raindrop and hit the earth, because it has to give it. It is when rain comes only that there is so much sprouting, so much is happening. So it is helping the entire universe to be on the on go. So the rainwater is helping. So it took another form. And similarly, after a while, this raindrop again evaporate and go and become a cloud. So this is a cycle. In one place, it is in the cloud. It took the form as a cloud, and in another form, it took a raindrop. Similarly, when the paper is there, when you are just putting the fire on it, so it is becoming, it's getting evaporated, and the reminiscence of the paper is coming down and sitting in the earth. So the paper, it took a different, it took a different form. The paper did not go, it took a different form. The tree, when it cut, it took a paper form. When the paper it was buried, it was burned, and it took a different form. So each one, if you see, it is taking a different forms. There is nothing like birth, going off, coming back. Nothing dies. You cannot reduce something to nothing. Something to nothing. From nothing, you will not get anything. There is something which is already there. It is changing its form and coming. So when the baby is born, it's not from nothing. The baby is born from from whatever the physical things, and also the soul which is already there entering into that body and coming, which means that there is a nothing. The baby did not born from nothing. The baby is a continuation. It came, it was in a different form, and it came as a different form. Okay. Similarly, every one of us, we didn't born from nothing. We are not going inside nothing. Okay. We are in the cycle. We are in the cycle. So in this cycle, when you understand that, you will not feel anything bad or anything about anything bad about dying also, right? When you are not feeling anything bad about dying, you will lose the fear. That is what today's lesson. So there is nothing to fear. When you don't, when you were no born, and when you are not born and we are not dying, there's nothing to fear. Every one of us is the fear of death. So when you are saying that death is not the end of it and you are again born, so there is nothing to fear about it. The 18th century, the French scientist, who actually, he's a scientist, he tells nothing to born, nothing dies. He is not a Buddhist. He's a scientist looking deeply into the nature of the reality. He discovered this truth. There is a nothing to born and nothing to die. We usually try to hold on the life and run away from the death, right? So we usually, I got fear of death. Even 80 years, 90 years, when all his responsibilities are done, when all his or her responsibilities are done, even then, I want to see my grandkids, something. So that kind of, we are clinging onto the life. Why we have to cling on the life? Whenever the death comes, let it come. Because it is only the continuation path. We are not actually, stop that fearing, stop the fear of that. You already got some number of breaths when you come to this life. When that last breath hits, you will die. If you are on the road, the accident may hit you and you will die. So when you are when you are good enough, all the things will go, and all the breaths you have taken, until that you will be, even if you are on the bedridden also, you have to live, because you have to take how many number of births you ask, you took it on this earth, right? You have to live. So this is the rule. When you understand that, you will not be able to fear, you will not fear for anything. But according to the teaching, everything has been nirvana of non-beginning, ultimate dimension. There is a no beginning, there is a no end. We transcend the notions of inside and outside. We know that the object we wish to attain is already within us. What is that object we wish to attain? Is enlightenment. We want to enlighten. Every one of us want to enlighten. Every one of us wanted to reach the moksha. Everybody, the other day, we are in some of the initiation sessions or something in the meditation. So the guru asked, like, what do you want from this initiation? Everybody said, I want moksha. I don't want birth and death. I don't want to be in this, I want to get liberated. So when you want to liberate it, how it will happen? It is not that somebody, the guru can give you the liberation. The guru can give you the knowledge. Guru can give you that knowledge. With that knowledge, try to understand and go inside and find out that that enlightenment is there within you. That contemplation, right? Whatever that contemplation you want to attain is not there outside. It is there within you, within your side. The object we wish to attain is already attained, already there within you. We don't need to attain anything. We already have it. You are already are it. You are already an enlightened person. Patri sir mentioned many times, you are already an enlightened person. Just try to understand that you are that God, you are that enlightened person. But you are thinking that the God is separate. You are just making the God is a separate person and you are separate. So then this guru, whoever comes and tells that they are not two separate, that God is within you is there, you dig it out. That enlightenment person is there within you and dig it out. Okay. That is what he is trying to say. And we will say the three principles that the thing, right? The teaching of non-attainment is developed from the teachings of, okay, sorry. Okay, teachings of non-attainment, development teachings of aimlessness. How you'll become aimlessness? There are three doors of liberation. He's explaining. The first one is emptiness. Empty, everything is empty. Empty of separate self. Emptiness means you pour everything out. Not like that. Empty of self. You are not separate. That, like I show you, right? When the rose is there, rose is not a separate. Rose is a combination of all Panchabhutas. When you look at yourself, how you are able to, simple principle, how you are able to stand your spine erect on this earth. Because earth is helping you with its gravity. Because of its gravity, it is helping. Suppose if you go to that space, you will not be able to stand. You know that you will become like this. You have to have some force in order to be there, right? When the earth gravity is not working, you'll have a different life. You know that. So earth is helping you to stand. It is not that you are standing on your legs. Without earth gravity, you will fall down. That much. So that much health is helping you. Why earth is helping you. If the sun is not rising, so do you think you'll be able to survive? Without sun, we will not survive. The sun is helping you. And without water, can we survive? We can't survive. Without air, can we survive? We can't survive. Without this space, can we survive? So we are depending. We are not separate. We are the combination of these 5 Panchabhutas. If you take within you also, your digestive system is a fire. Your space, there is a space within you. There is a 70% of you are built up with the water. So everything within you is the Panchabhutas. So you are made up of Panchabhutas. Then why are you saying that I am separate? I am also made up of Panchabhutas. You are also made up of Panchabhutas, and that animals are also made up of them. Then why we are so separate? So self, so why so much ego is we are getting it? That's where the self-emptiness is, that you are not separate. There's no separate self. That when you understand, a flower is full of everything in the cosmos, sunshine, clouds, air, space. It's an empty, only one thing, that is separate existence. It doesn't have any separate existence. Without all these things, it doesn't have any existence. Without all of you, without all the Panchabhutas, there is no separate existence of me or you or anybody, in fact. So when we are combination of all these things, when all of us are the combination of all these things, why we are feeling that we are so self-separate, we are so great? That's the thing. When you remove that, that is the emptiness. This is the key to unlock the door of reality. When you understand this, right? So when you empty this, that you are not separate, that's a key to the door of reality. What is the second one? The second door is singleness. If you see a flower only as a flower and don't see the sunshine, clouds, earth, time, space in it, you are caught up in the sign of flower. Okay, you are singleness, sign of flower. So here, singleness, yeah, that's a signness, right? So when you are in the caught up with the sign of flower only, so always rose means a red color or pink color, that sign, you are not seeing all that. But when you have touched the nature of interbeing in the flower, when you touch that flower interbeing, you truly see the flower. If you see the person, don't also see his security, society, education, ancestors, culture, and environment, you have not really seen that person. Suppose we see so many people around us. Okay, when each one of them, same sentence you may give, but each one of them will understand differently. Will take the same sentence, will understand differently. Then you will say, oh, this guy only can understand only this much. So I have, because why you will say this guy can only understand this much? You are seeing what is his brought up, what is the personality, what is his education, all those things, what is the culture that he was brought up, right? So you are seeing all that environment and you are giving that this person can only understand this person I have to explain in this way. You are telling that. But whereas the other person you can give in one sentence, the other person can understand everything. Because if you are seeing a particular person without seeing all these things, society, education, ancestors, all the things, right? If you cannot see that, the culture and environment, you are not seeing. You are seeing just that person and you are just expecting everything in the same way. Instead, you have been taken by the sign of that person, the outward appearance of a separate self. When you see that person deeply, you touch the whole cosmos. You will not be fooled by appearances. This is called singleness. The spelling is wrong. This is called the signlessness, not singleness, signlessness. That signlessness, you need to have it. Signless, you are not that sign. Suppose if you see he's an Indian, you cannot say all Indians are like this. He's an American. All Americans are not like that, right? So you have to see deeply that person, and then if you see that signlessness, then you will be able to understand. That's the second door to attain or to know your enlightenment. The third door is aimlessness. We are already there, what we want to become. What we want to become, enlightened person, we are already there. We don't have to become someone else. So do not compare. Do not do anything. You came to this earth with a separate purpose, and the other person came with a separate purpose. So do not compare yourself with somebody else. Okay, we don't have to run after anything. We have to do ourselves fully. We have to be ourselves fully and authentically. We simply return ourselves through mindfulness and touch the peace and joy that are already present within us and all around us. Present within us and all around us. There is nothing to do. The third key is unlocking the reality. There is nothing. You don't aim for it. You just aim, which is already there. Aimlessness and non-attainment is a wonderful practice that you can do it. So once you are aimlessness, once you practice that non-attainment, right? Our afflictions. So whatever that afflictions that you feel, anger, whatever the afflictions we have are nothing but part of our enlightenment only. Suppose there are persons came in your life who is actually making you, testing your patience. So those people are the one who are helping you to go within your enlightenment stage. All these afflictions are part of your enlightenment. You can, if the life is so smooth, right, then how do you understand yourself, right? How do you understand that person is also the same? That person is also the part of that cosmos only. We can ride the waves of birth and death in peace. When we understand that we can ride the birth and death, we can come and go in peace. Will not be. So we can travel in the boat of compassion on the ocean of delusion with a smile and non-fear. This is all the ocean of delusion, Maya, right? In this, we can ride with the compassion, with the non-fear. When there is no fear of death, you can just simply run it. In the light of interbeing, we see the flower in the garbage and the garbage in the flower. When interbeing, right? When you can see the flower, that is going to become the garbage. When you see the garbage, that becomes the flower. Gardener, if you see, right, when you see the gardener, all that whatever the garbage also he takes care, and he try to use it as a the pesticide, the natural pesticides. So natural things, right? Natural, not pesticides. Naturally, the compost kind of thing. He will be using it. He'll not go through. He'll take care of the flowers. He'll take care of the compost as well. On the very ground of suffering, when you are suffering, you can contemplate enlightenment and well-being. When you are suffering, you can contemplate what exactly, why this came, what lesson I have to learn from it. It is like exactly the muddy water and the lotus flower. From the muddy water, only the lotus flower blooming, right? So it is exactly like whatever the afflictions that we have, from that afflictions only, our enlightenment is coming. Here, bodhisattvas are the one who have presented in the reality in the birth, and because they are bodhisattva is not like bodhisattva is a soul which was penetrated into the reality. He understands that birth and death, there's no birth and no death. So they will not fear. They will not fear of day and night. They will not fear of birth and death. There is nothing to possess. They will understand. We can become Buddha. When we can become Buddha, only by being in this world, only by being in the suffering, and only by being in these afflictions. Only when we are all these things, when we are experiencing all these things, then only you can become Buddha. Without experiencing this, the night, you cannot experience the day. You cannot enjoy the day. Without experiencing the sorrow, you will not value the happiness. Without staying in unemployed, you cannot enjoy that employment. All these things, because when you do not have that, you will find the value of it. When we are free, we can ride the waves of birth and death without fear, helping those who are drowning, and we can help who are drowning in the suffering also. When you are actually fully aware, then you can help that is nothing but the no fear is nothing but the last one. When we realize that afflictions are no other than enlightenment, we can ride the waves of birth and death in peace. We already just learned in the last. Traveling in the boat of compassion on the ocean of delusion. Traveling in the boat of compassion on the ocean of delusion. Smiling the smile of non-fear. Smiling the smile of non-fear. That is the last stanza. An enlightened being who instead of entering the nirvana and leaving behind the cycle of suffering, chooses to stay, entering the nirvana and leaving behind, it came twice, chooses to stay in the world of birth and death to help others. This is where all our Mahatmas came into the picture, right? Ramana Maharshi, like Sai Baba, or like Adipatri sir, all these people, they know what is that suffer. They already attained that nirvana. But instead of going away from this, and they always can stop this birth and death life cycle, but they enter into this world in order to choose to come to this birth and death life cycle because they want to help others. That's how all these great saints were born to help us, because they feel that once they attain the stage, oh my God, these people are always actually wasting their lifetimes. Let me teach something. They are bold enough to come back again in this delusion world. Bodhisattvas dwell on the same ground as the rest of us. Like, because here Bodhisattvas, they may be talking because it's a Jain philosophy, but here in a Indian philosophy, we may call Mahatmas or Gurus or anybody. So all these people. The world of, they know, they are also like in us, they will also feel like they are in the birth and death, permanence and self. But the practice of looking deeply into the impermanence and non-self, they touch the ultimate dimension, which is fearlessness and the nirvana. Existence, they are beyond the ideas of existence and non-existence, one and many, coming and going, and birth and death. So they are beyond these bodhisattvas or mahatmas, are beyond that. That's why when Ramana Maharshi said, how are you? He said, I'm fine. How come you are fine? That cancer is, that cancer is coming to my body, not to me. He is able to tell that because he is beyond this birth and death. His body, he can understand it, and he can tell that only his body is actually suffering, not he is not the suffering. Sorry. in the world of pain and grief, these bodhisattvas are still able to smile with compassion and fearlessness because they are able to see the non-duality of afflictions, awakening and touch the reality of nirvana. They are able to touch the nirvana. Greatest gifts of Dharma with the others are non-fear, which is the greatest. Non-fear is the greatest gift. Bodhisattvas are free from fear. They can help many people. Non-fear is the greatest gift that we can offer those who you love. Whoever you are loving, right? Asking them not to fear, explaining them there is nothing to fear is the greatest gift that you can give, because people are getting fear for various things. Some people are, suppose I'm going for some trip, people are so much, oh, I want to get that, I want to get that. So there was so much fear, right? There is so much fear in that. So everywhere, if you see with that fear, so many people are doing so many things. So if you can give the gift of non-fear, then you will be able to do that. We can offer that gift unless we can offer that gift when you can offer, if you have it, if you are in a non-fear, then only you can offer that gift. So first you attain that state. If we have practiced and have touched the ultimate dimension of reality, we too can smile like a bodhisattvas, like a smile in the non-fear. You also can do it. We don't need to run away from the afflictions. The afflictions are there. We don't need to go somewhere to attain the enlightenment. These afflictions are and enlightenment are the same. We come with those afflictions. We have to. With the diluted mind, if you see, we see only afflictions. If you see with the true mind, you will be able to see these delusions, these afflictions are part of your enlightenment only. There is no longer afflictions are there. This is all your part of your enlightenment. Because I need to learn this, that's why this person came to my life and he cheated. So I need to learn something from this. That kind of attitude, you'll be developing it. We are no longer afraid of birth and death. We are not afraid of birth, and because we have touched the interbeing, because we know that we will be existing again, and we are existing in before also, right? So that we are in the as a part of this first civilization, second civilization, we are there in the first civilization also. We are there now also. So we are evolving as it comes, because we existed in the, we are existing in all the civilizations. Others need our stability and non-fear in order to be able to die peaceful. Those who are actually not in this kind of thing, those people need that non-fear because they can die peacefully. Don't get fear, boss. So even if you die because this body got so much old and you are not able to do anything, die peacefully and come with a new body. You can just get pampered by your parents. You can enjoy again the childhood. You can enjoy again the child. Suppose if all of us, if the childhood was given, we will happily want to go back, isn't it? Happily want to go back and play in the rain, and we don't need to earn money for our EMIs or anything. We just want to go to school and study and come back, isn't it? Even though that time we don't like it, now we like it. But after death, that is the one which is going to happen. Again, you will be given your childhood. Again, you will be given your schoolhood. Enjoy that. That kind of thing we have to tell. If we know how to touch the ultimate dimension of reality, we know that the reality of no birth and no death, we can transcend all the fear. When we know that there's no birth and no death, we can transcend all the fear. We can be a source of comfort and inspiration to them. We can be source of comfort and inspiration to the others. Non-fear is the greatest practice of Buddhism. Okay. So gardener is an example, as I told you, right? Garden is taking up the compost as well as the flowers in the same way. Similarly, we need to take off everything in the same way. So when we are free, when we are without fear, when we do not have, when we are not getting any fear, right? So we will be so happy. We are not fearing of death. When we are not fearing for death, we can just help others who are drowning in the suffering. Suppose some other people are feeling, some people around you are feeling so desperate about I may be dying, I may be. So you'll be able to explain this. No, don't worry about it. You'll come back. So you'll come back in this earth planet. So you have to come back again and with a new life and with the new goals. So that kind of thing, right? When you touch the nirvana, when you touch, there is no fear. When you understand that we are not in that birth and death cycle, when you understand that, you'll be able to do that. That's the thing that we have to understand. With this, I conclude understanding of our mind, that Thich Nhat has given a beautiful 50 verses to understand how to he dissected our mind into the different parts, and he also given the way, the path to attain the enlightenment. So I cannot say attain. You can feel that enlightenment which is already there within you. With this, because I don't have the time for the questions, next session was totally dedicated to your questions. If not, I'll just summarize the things what we learn also. So be prepared to come with the questions. If you need not read the entire presentations or anything, I think somebody is summarizing that summary that I'm putting in the group. They're all summarizing and keeping it in a one document. Even if you read the document, if you have any questions, you can come back to this session. We can discuss more. Thank you. Thank you all for being with me in this journey. Because of you all, I learned so much from this book. Thank you.